Thank you, Mayor. First, I want to start by thanking all of the Austinites who testified today, emailed, and called us, whether in favor or against item 126. Your voice does matter, and your participation is a bedrock of our democratic process. I know that all of us on this dais share the goal of wanting all Austinites to have access to safe, affordable housing options. But as I mentioned when we discussed this item on Tuesday, I have significant concerns with this item. When we allow minimum lot sizes to be reduced to 2,500 square feet, while simultaneously allowing 3 units by right on each of these smaller lots, while simultaneously saying if you build 2 to 3 units on those smaller lots, you would no longer be subject to our McMansion rules, while simultaneously eliminating minimum site area and building coverage requirements, all while knowing we are basically powerless to enforce our existing STR rules, all while knowing that everyday Austinites will be hard-pressed to access loans with our rising interest rates, but speculative bad actors and private equity firms will have no problem in that area, all while knowing that without any preservation requirement, this will incentivize the demolition of existing homes to build newer, bigger, more expensive structures and send more homes to the landfill. These factors, working in combination with one another, have the real potential to lead to predictable negative consequences. I believe this resolution is much more drastic and goes much further than anything our staff brought to council for a vote during the Code Next or Land Development Code rewrite process. And let me repeat that. I believe this resolution is much more drastic and goes much further than anything our staff brought to council for a vote during the Code Next or Land Development Code rewrite process. Because I will not be supporting this item today and 8 of my colleagues have signed on as co-sponsors, I won't be offering any amendments. But since I keep hearing that this resolution is just the beginning of a conversation and I want to take that as what is intended, I do hope that our professional staff will indeed engage in real, meaningful, and collaborative conversations. So, City Manager, you know as well as I do that we have terrific staff and we are building up our planning department. I hope that our planning staff will indeed be given the space and opportunity to do that work and to use their planning expertise and public engagement skills to explore solutions and strategies for mitigating those consequences, including looking at ways to minimize demolitions, minimize the potential for these newer, bigger structures to simply turn them into STRs, minimize the potential for seeing neighborhoods be overwhelmed by huge McMansions that don't actually add any density of people, just density of bigger structures, and to figure out how everyday Austinites can actually benefit from these changes to be able to access capital and expertise to really share in prosperity, not just be forced to cash out to private interests. Thank you.